they just sent him up here, sleeping there on the floor. And they had no idea who was really sleeping on the floor. Yeah. They had no idea. It says the child was grown. He wasn't going to stay a little boy all his life. He was going to grow up and become a man. He was going to grow up and understand the ways of the Lord. He was going to grow up and hear the voice of God. He was going to grow up and impact their system and turn their lives upside down. And had they known that, they would probably not have let that little boy come stay in the temple without any challenge. See, some folks, they're not concerned about you right there. You're not a threat to them. Oh, you're just a little business person. She just got her little mom pop thing going on. That ain't no big deal. Oh, that's nothing. They don't know who they sit by. They don't know who they. Matter of fact, you don't know who you sit by. You don't know who you in the house with. Okay? Do you understand who I am or what it is God is going to do through me?
Yes, Lord Jesus.
That there is something in you that is so great. There is something in you that is so powerful. There is something in you that is so magnanimous. There's something in you that is so far beyond your thoughts that you don't even know what's in you. You're hoping. I kind of thought it was kind of funny because I had dreams too, y'all, and so I started writing down some things that some goals and so forth, and I had asked someone to do a little research for me, and so he came back with some numbers for me. He's like, okay, Trina, the first step is to make it to the Wall Street Journal list. He said, if that takes that means that X number of units have to be sold. He said, then by the time we get to the New York New York Times bestseller, that gets that number of units. And so he said, so now we've got I said, yep, we're going to create a strategy. And I said, but God's going to do it. God's going to do it. I said, and those numbers for God are nothing. God can do that overnight, But then I started thinking about those numbers. You must have these kind of experiences. And that's why I try not to think, y'all. I really do try not to think. I try to just be obedient. I started thinking about those numbers. And I was like, when God does that, that means. And I started thinking about the things that occurred as a result of those books. And I was like, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I can handle that. And I started getting overwhelmed. And I said, hold up. What about you? God is doing this through you. He's doing this through you, Trina. And so if he's going to do it through you, he's going to prep you for it. And so I bring that forward because, again, I think that we aren't, I don't think we understand. I don't think we have a full grasp of what it is that God is wanting to do through us, what God has planned to do through us. What God is prepared to do through us. Yeah. When we yield ourselves to Him, that we might hope to impact the life of one person or 5 people or of this community, but how God has a plan that allows us to do even more. Where we have a plan that if I could just, and God says, when you do. That we have a plan that's been created for us that brings us hope and a good future. So I want you to work on your dream. I know some of you all are diligent in laboratory, written it down. Got anybody in here like that? Go back and make it bigger. Go back and make it bigger. I don't care what your dream is. Make it bigger. Make it bigger. God said what? He's ready to do exceedingly, abundantly, above what you can ask, think, imagine, according to his power that's at work in you. So I know that you're like, well, I'm going to push it a little bit. And I know some of the things that some of you all are working on. I don't know what everybody is doing. But whatever it is, if you are hoping for one, can't go two, because we're doing exponential growth. Okay? And so I want you to grow it, or believe God to grow it exponentially. If you wanted to have one, go ahead and say, well, at least 10 then. And then, it's just like this, 10 is like, Lord, I don't want to even have to deal with the employees of one. But he said, you're not going to have to nurture this at your breast by yourself. That's why you need to have people who help. You have people who have expertise. You have people who have ideas. Dream. Go home. Dream. Write it down. Make it bigger. I don't have a clue. Ask God. God, give me a dream. Give me a dream. What is it you want me to do? How is it you want me to do it? Write it down. Have an expectation that he's going to answer you. What do I mean? If you ask God to give you a dream, that means that I'm going to walk with paper and pencil or a recorder or something, so that when God gives me the dream, I can record it. Okay? I'm not going to ask God for the dream and then not be prepared to record the dream. That just like some of you all asked God not to bring snow. I thought that was so hilarious. That people were, I pray it doesn't snow, I pray it doesn't snow, and then it didn't snow, and then they were mad because it didn't snow. Didn't you ask for it to not snow? The next time you ask God for something, kind of think that if enough people are asking, that you prepare yourself. Because we are going to embark this year on celebrating step by step and phase by phase the manifestation of the dreams that God has promised. We're going to move forward understanding that just like Jesus, who came to be a part of this system, took time to grow and to get to know, to experience, so that he could have compassion for us, that he could share in our suffering, so that when we go to him in prayer and we start to talk about the events and things that we are experiencing, that he can say, I understand that, Trina. I understand that, son. I understand that, daughter, because that same thing happened to me. That we understand that it's just like Jesus, we've got to be about our Father's business. It's not about what I want or what I think. It's about what my Father sent me here to do. Each and every one of us has been given an assignment. You are not here just because you look good. No, it goes deeper than that. There's a kingdom purpose for it. That each and every one of us is specifically in this place because we have a little something that's needed by somebody else. That he could send us to any house. That there are not people in this place that drive 30, 40 miles because they just think that this is a nice sanctuary. They understand that I'm supposed to be here because there are things that God has for me to give and to receive. And so we need everybody present and accounted for. As we move forward during this year, we need everyone present and accounted for. As we move forward during this year, we need your gifts present and accounted for. We need you. Can you just tell somebody, just say, we need you. We need you here. We need you. We need you. We need you. We need you. We need the gifts that are inside of you. We need you here. When you are not here, we are lacking. When you are not here, that means that there's something missing. When you are not here, that means that we are all having to carry a little bit more of the load. A load that would be so much easier and so much more fun to carry if everybody was present. I don't know if you all know the personalities of the people that you're sitting around, but there's some funny folk in here. And when I say funny, I mean people just make you laugh. I was sitting in that chair at Publix, waiting for my ride because they wouldn't let me go home. So somebody came down. And my daughter called and she said, I'm on the way. I said, you got somebody to ride with me? She said, yeah, me and the posse are coming. I said, the posse? Who's the posse? I guess you'll have to wait till I get there. So I'm sitting there. And I look up and I smile and the manager of the store looks over me and smiles. He said, ooh, they look like they got it. Looking like two military police officers from Andrina and Tori. I mean, they had their faces set like flint, like they're coming together. And he said, I think you're in trouble. I said, look at their faces. I was kind of scared. I almost stayed. Then I get outside and Alicia's sitting in the car. You know? So I guess she was backup posse.
She was commander-in-chief.
Yeah. I was like, y'all kind of overkill. Y'all didn't have to do all that. I was smart though. I said, yeah, like she gets to use my car for a ride with Alicia because I ain't want her to call with me and my daughter. I'm smart. Because I ain't want her to hear all that Andrea was going to say. And I said, oh, you got on the phone. You had to bring on the phone. And she said, I said, I had to pick up the pastor. They were like, something wrong with the pastor? We don't. We don't. And I said, but you better tell them this one. She said, they both said, I'm going. She said, I want to spend that argue with them. I said, well, let's go. I was like, okay. But what I had to smile about was I said, that's how them ants are. Them ants will come marching 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 4 by 4. The whole mound will come and feed me. I know they're not a respecter of persons. If they did it for me, they'll do it for you. Yeah. We got to know your part in that. Okay. So, Jesus gave you a gift when he gave himself. And he gave himself so that you would know, so that no matter what kind of atmosphere you found yourself planted in, that you could still fulfill the purpose, that you would still have the power that was necessary, and that you would have the advocacy that was necessary, that there was someone to speak on your behalf. Jesus came so that you would have life and that you would have it more abundantly. Jesus came so that you would know that even if something took you down, that you have the power and the authority to get back up, that you don't have to stay there. And so when it comes to your dream, do not give up. Continue to push forward. Continue to seek God and His way of doing it and His timing in doing it, so that you are able to see the manifestation of what He has put in you, and that He gets the glory.
Yes.
Jesus was all about God getting glory, all about establishing the kingdom of God here on earth. I'm excited for what God is going to do through each and every one of us. And I want you to get excited too. I want you to look forward to what this year has to do. I want you to start to dream again and to start expecting again and to start looking again and to rise up again in the morning with a great expectation of what God is going to do today. I know that there are all kinds of things around you that could bring you down, but there is so much more in you that can pull you up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you put your focus on Him, you will have a year. You will have a life that is more than you ever expected. Amen. Amen. I just wanted to make sure that you got that word. I know it wasn't real eloquent, but as I was laying even in the bed on Tuesday and Wednesday, I was like, Lord, I guess while I'm laying here, you can just go on and begin to talk to me about what it is you want your people to know, what you want me to know. And He said, I just really need for you to understand what time it is. I really need for you to understand what season it is. I really need for you not to look at what you don't have, but look at what you do have. Look at what you have and use what you have. Do not despise the small beginnings. Start where you are. If you got one, use one. If you need 20 and you only have 2, you thank God for the 2 that you have. Lift it up to Him and keep moving forward. He will provide everything that you need. Amen. I promise you that. I promise you that. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Do not listen to the reports of the world. They'll have you thinking they're still coming. Don't listen to that. How many of you all utilize your snow day? I was going to say, if nothing else, it was a wonder to rest and fellowship. Rest and fellowship. That you will God's people. And I'm contradicting, but it's the truth. You will get more accomplished when you rest in God than fellowship with God's people. And so you're going to put a focus on that for this year, on fellowshipping with one another and rest in the Lord. Amen. Amen. at this time. And just make sure you're touching somebody. Make sure you're close to somebody. They're all right over there. So Father, say thank you first for your presence. We just thank you for your presence. Thank you for your peace. Thank you, God, for your continued word and instruction. Lord God, that we understand that we are in a now season and that you are not doing things in a traditional way, Lord God, but that you have allowed us to be raised up in tradition and that you have allowed tradition to feed us, Lord God, so that we can go back and to break down those traditionalisms and those things that keep people from being with you. So, Lord, we just come open in heart, in mind, in spirit to your house, Lord God. We are totally okay with how you choose to do things, Lord God. We are going to just commit ourselves to the movement of your Holy Spirit and to the instruction and guidance of your Holy Spirit. Lord, we thank you for all who are present today and for those who are even present by way of internet, Lord God, that you would stir up the gifts in each and every person that's here, Lord God, and that you would allow us to truly operate with those giftings, that we understand that you have given those gifts to us so that we can plug into the body of Christ, Lord God, to ensure that the things that need to be done get done, Lord God, that we understand that each and every one of us is as important as the next one, that we look at one another, Lord God, that we speak truth and love and towards one another, Lord God, that we do become our brother's watcher, Lord God, that when we see our brother or our sister missing, Lord God, that we reach out to them, that when we find something that we think is good for our brother or sister, Lord, that we reach out to them, Lord God, that we understand that we are in this together because you put us together. Yeah. And that there is something very specific that you would like for each and every one of us to do. And so, Lord, we just pray right now and ask that you would give us great sensitivity to your presence and to your insight, that we would have dreams, Lord God, and that we would have those dreams with enough clarity to be able to the things that you would have us to write down, Lord, so that as you are speaking to us, that we would know exactly what it is that we were that we are being asked to ask for. I think about Solomon when you gave him a dream, Lord God, and in the dream he saw himself asking for wisdom. So that when it was time for him to actually answer that question, he knew exactly what to ask for, Lord God. And that you gave him not only the wisdom, but the other blessings that you poured out on him as well. So, Lord God, we just pray that your kingdom would come and that your will would be done. We pray for those who are still recovering and recuperating, Lord God. We lift up Diane, we lift up the Lions, we lift up the Gilberts, we lift up the Thomases, we lift up just all of your family, Lord God, and all of your children, and say, your kingdom come and your will be done. This we pray in the mighty and matchless name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Essex County College. At young my father, he was that 4 years ago. He was an engineer. I have one very high national engineer, and right before I was an engineer, I'm thinking now, and 77, the rest of these are things, I would like to, the doctor family.
Okay.
Amen.
Listen, you are definitely. Oh, come on up here, so that, yeah.
My mama did give herself 2 more years than 5.
She's, okay.
You sure I'm done, right?
Do you have? Tell them mine too. Does it work? No, I still haven't. I'm like my mother. Until flipping numbers starts giving me lower ages, I'll stick with the ones that I really have. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you're gonna be 77 when you finish your first 2 years of college. How about that? Okay. This is great. Father God, we thank you for your daughter, Lord, and for the desire that you have put into the Lord. We pray that you would just continue to gird her up and help her to realize, Lord, that age is really just a number, Lord God, and that you made that time for us, Lord God, just so that we could keep up with what you're doing. But we know that it is not at any point supposed to become a limitation to us. And so, Lord, we just ask that you would touch her mind, Lord God, that you would stimulate her intellect, Lord God, that you would fuel her passion, Lord God, so that she can go forward and do things that you have put inside of her to do, Lord God, and that she can just be a witness that it's never too late.
Yeah.
It's never too late, Lord God, that we are able to get up and go and to do. So, Lord, use her as an instrument and a form of your glory, Lord God, that your name would be made known. This we pray in Jesus' name. Amen. When I got my, when I received my master's degree, there was a young lady that walked across the stage, and I think she was 94 years old, getting her master's degree. She said she had gotten sick. She had done all kinds of things to not go back to school, had been bedridden and everything, and that God said, are you going to do this before you die? And she said she finally agreed. She went ahead and she did what she was supposed to, and she got her master's in divinity in her 90s. So you can do it. You can do it. Okay? You can do it. Because you can do it. And we're going to continue to pray for you and keep believing. Father God, stand with you. And Lord, you know the gift that you have placed in her. You know the people that you have called her to. You know the message that you have given to her. You know the experiences and tests that she has encountered. Those are the testimonies. We know that you know the timing. And so, Lord, we pray that as she continues to seek your face, as she continues to trust in you and not lean to her own understanding, that as she continues to rely on you, that you will order her steps, that your word will continue to be a lamp unto her feet and a light unto her path, and that people's lives will be turned to you as a result of the ministry that you have placed in her. Lord, we just pray that your kingdom and your will be in, through, for, and by her. This we pray in the mighty and matchless name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. So you'll give it to me. You'll give it to me.
Amen. Things happen.
You know what, not every doctor is in a physical hospital.
Right.
There are several areas of our lives that have to be doctored, so to speak. I'll call it. Matter of fact, this morning we were just talking about homeopathic medicine and how God uses what's out and about to nourish and strengthen us. And so I'm sure that even some of your experiences, well, not even some, I believe for all of us, our experiences help to feed the ministry that God has called us to. And so He's not going to waste any of it. Nothing wasted. Okay?
Amen. 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 At this time, if you have not placed your tithe and offering into the plate, please, right, you will come around and collect it for you.
Cold.
Please rise and good and gracious God, we lift to you these meager tithes and offerings that have been placed in this basket. Lord God, it's only a small portion of what you have given us. You have given us everything, and you only ask for a small portion back. We ask that as we grow in the blessings that you are pouring down on us, that we also will grow in our giving and our understanding of giving. We pray that you will receive these offerings in the manner that they will be given, and that you will build it up and mold it over and multiply it 10,000 times over for the advancement of your house and the building of your kingdom.
Two things I want to announce before I speak the benediction. The first thing is that new members class will be fourth Saturday of the month at 9:00 a.m. here at the church. So I know that we had several people who joined on last Sunday, and there have been people who have even prior to that who possibly missed one of the classes in the rotation. So I just want you to know that for all new members, we will have class on Saturday. 28th, thank you, the 28th. Also, the fourth Tuesday, what's that? That would be the 4th. Anyway, fourth Tuesday. I am calling. I'm asking for all ministry leaders. If you are a ministry leader here at ASB, you all can meet here at the church. Will not take a long time, but I understand all ministry leaders. 7. If you can get here at 6:30, fine. The earlier we get here, the earlier we leave. Okay, so I'll say 6:30, but that's the 4th Tuesday. Well, yeah, 24 now. Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, the 24th. Okay, the 24th. I'll make sure that something comes out in the office for that. So that's for all ministry leaders. Okay. Got those two things there? Huh? Misfits, calling all misfits, those who are called from counterculture this morning. There'll be a preparation for Yes Sunday will be held on this coming Saturday, actually every Saturday this month at 9:00 a.m. So we need all misfits to be present. Okay? If misfits are in the house, look, I put those in one day. I love Alicia like that. She's like, huh? I just wanted to make sure that they know they're a misfit. If you're a misfit, just holler. Oh, wow. Oh, y'all not misfits. Yeah, that's why y'all had to come to rehearsal, because y'all need some help. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and I'll speak the benediction at this point. What's your homework this week?
Write the dream and bring it back. Bring it to church.
And if you already have a dream,
Make it bigger.
no. All right. Hallelujah. Father God, we thank you for meeting us in this house. We thank you for ministering to the dream that you put inside of us, Lord God. Lord, we pray that as we leave this place, we live our lives in a way that brings glory, Lord God. We avail ourselves to you, and we just say, have your way in our lives, Lord God. We pray that you would continue to bless us and keep us, Lord, that you would just continue to make your face shine upon us and be gracious to us, that you would continue to look upon us with favor and give us your peace. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Now, come forward. Bernard is going to come forward and he's going to extinguish the flames. My prayer is that you will go out and be a light in this dark world and be warm in this cold world. Hold it down and out. Wow. Go in peace and serve the Lord. Thanks be to God. Also, we will be meeting on Saturday at 10 o'clock. Saturday at 10 o'clock.
I know. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
No, I was already here.
Sunday evening. What time?
5. I wanted to know you can send your DJ
I'm going to make sure I'm right.
I wanted to know if you can send your DJ.
All right.
How much how do I do like maybe 5 to 9, maybe 9, maybe 8.